Hi there! Let's make some mittens. To make these lovely mittens, you will need a few items. First off, you will need an old sweater that has possibly been slipping deeper and deeper into depression as it sits in the deepest and darkest corners of your closet. Fear no more, sweater. Today you are rebirthed. Next, you will need some inner lining. This could mean another old sweater that's made of wool or fleece. And in my case, I will be using some scrap fleece that I got at the thrift store. Lastly, you will need some basic sewing supplies. A sewing machine or just a needle and thread. It can be done by hand. Pins and a pen and paper. Let's get started.
To make our pattern, we'll grab our sheet of paper and we'll just trace around the outline of our hand to get the general shape and size of our mitten. Then you'll fold the paper over and trace half of that last part. We'll create our thumb and cut it off right there. And then we'll grab another sheet of paper and trace over that again. But with a square ending. And we trace over them so that they all end up being the same size so that they match up with each other. And then we'll cut them out. And just a quick PSA, you're gonna want to trace them a little larger than I did because you want to have a little bit of seam allowance. Time to cut out our material. Lay your sweater flat on the ground or on a table. I'm going to lay my fleece just underneath it and cut them at the same time. You can cut them separately if you like. I just want to kill two birds with one stone. Then lay out your patterns where you want them. Once they're pinned, we can cut them out. For the wrist cuffs, take the end of your sweater, or whatever part of the sweater that you want to be the wrist cuff of your mitten, and measure it around your wrist, give it a little seam allowance, and cut it. Then cut 2 of the same size. To make pieces for your other hand, simply flip over the thumb pieces and cut those out. Then you can just cut another back piece and your wrist cuff. Time to start sewing. We're going to take our thumb pieces and match them up right sides facing each other, like so. Then we'll just sew from along the base of the thumb to the edge of that corner, and should end up looking like this. Then we'll take our back piece and match that up right sides facing each other again, and sew along the outer edge. Be sure to leave the thumb out. Now we can turn this inside out, and we have the base of our mitten. Now we'll go ahead and put the wrist cuff on. Fold it in half and sew along the seam. To connect it to our mitten, we'll flip it right side out, stick it into the mitten like so, and sew along the edges to connect it all together. Once that's all sewn, flip the wrist cuff up so that you cover your seam, and your mitten is all done. Use the exact same process for your other mitten hand.
With our product done, we now have a lovely pair of mittens to get us through the long cold winter ahead of us. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!